Hey guys, I'm Every Name Is Taken, and this is the go-to spot to see how VR and mixed reality can make your life better. The Meta Quest 3 can create holograms wherever you are. It can turn your bedroom into a movie theater, and it can throw you into another world. It can do all kinds of cool things, but even still, people have no idea how cool this thing really is. So, are you one of the ones missing out on the cool things the Quest can do? If so, here's the 5 coolest things that you have to try with your Quest 3. And if you hang around till the end, I'll tell you about the craziest thing that's ever happened while I was using the Quest 3. It's something I don't think I could have seen coming. But before I get into those cool things that you can do, I do want to preface that this isn't some tutorial video. I'm not going to be like walking you through things. I'm just showing off the cool things that it can do. The Quest is something that I bought when it first came out, and I've loved every minute of it. So here's some of my favorites. Number 1, you should try mixed reality, of course. The Quest 3 is so revolutionary because of how it blends the real world and the virtual world together. You don't have to go into some virtual experience. You can use the Quest and see everything around you and then see holograms as well of whatever you have pulled up and you're using. So not only is this amazing and fun and honestly just crazy technology, but also it's super useful. So I would suggest you try to dip your toes into mixed reality in a fun way through mixed reality games. And some of these mixed reality games are some of the most fun I've had playing on the Quest. So when you get your Quest 3, you have already downloaded on it this game called First Encounters. And honestly, it's a blast. You have an alien spaceship that breaks through into your actual room and like breaks through your ceiling. And then as you're shooting these little aliens, whenever like they'll like break through the walls and like you're shooting the ceiling and the walls and like you can see into this alien world that now it looks like your little living room or bedroom is in. It's super cool and it's a nice way of blending it together. But more than that, gosh, it's fun. It's a blast. There's not a lot of depth to it. You're shooting these aliens. It's fun, but it may have actually been so fun it became a problem for me. I wanted my, soon-to-be wife to try out the Quest 3 and to see the mixed reality stuff and see what I'm so excited about. And whenever I put her in it, she had so much fun. I wanted to show her all these other games like Beat Saber and Pistol Whip and like all this other stuff. She did not care a lick. She just wanted to be playing in First Encounters. She just wanted to be shooting those fuzzy aliens. And I couldn't hardly get her to try anything else. So, if it's got her seal of approval, it's got mine. It's a really, really fun way to kind of see what mixed reality is really all about. Demio is another great experience. It's a tabletop game like D&D, and it has a virtual reality mode, and that's kind of where it began. But also, it has mixed reality now, where you can pull up this huge table in your own room, in your own space, make it as big or small as you want. You've got these candles and stuff like that, like decorated around your room. Honestly, it's super cool. But then you can even like zoom into the experience to get a closer, more personal experience. It's like a tabletop game, but so much cooler. And their mixed reality mode is honestly awesome. Another, like if you're looking for experiences that are a little more hardcore though, you have things like Drop Dead the Cabin and Aspire 2 that have mixed reality modes where you have kind of similar to the First Encounters thing where there's aliens coming in, except you have like agents coming in or you have zombies and you're having to try to protect your room. Honestly, they're intense experiences and they're a good showing of what this thing can do. Also, if you hear any background noise, my studio is also the cat's room and she decided it's dinner time. So hopefully that's not too distracting. So the second thing that I think is super cool that you have to try virtual reality games. Now this is simple. Like everybody knows it's a VR headset, but I can't get through a video without talking about VR games. That's how these things became such a big deal. Mixed reality is a blast, but sometimes you do want to get lost in another world, and immersiveness in games is so important, and thankfully, VR games are just getting better and better every single year. It may be the single thing that the Quest 3 does better than anything else. You have great games and experiences like Beat Saber and Pistol Whip. You also have like these newer games that are huge, like Assassin's Creed Nexus, that is so much fun. Asgard's Wrath, which is a massive, beautiful, intense, deep game, an RPG that you can sink, hundreds of hours into. And it has a long campaign with constant updates coming out for its roguelike mode. You're really getting a lot out of Asgard's Wrath too. But also, Swarm it's an older game. They've actually came out with a second one. I have not played the full version of this game. I've only played the demo. And it was the most fun I've ever had in VR. Maybe in any game ever. It's like Spider-Man with guns. And if I get to 50 subscribers, my wife said I could buy it. Like that's no joke. We're kind of broke right now, so we have to set goals for ourselves. But if y'all can help me get to 50, I can get Swarm and I can have just the most fun I've ever had in VR, but for longer than the 30-minute demo. But Swarm aside, there's also games like Arizona Sunshine, which is one I have to point out. Arizona Sunshine is so fun, and intense as you're running from zombies and shooting them. And I'd like to play the second one at some point too. But VR games, amazing. That's what this thing was originally designed for, back with the Rift. And so get into VR games. If you don't, you're missing that experience. I don't think anybody's really got to be told to do that. One thing you may not think about, though, is you should try working out in VR and mixed reality. Working out with the Quest 3 can be awesome. There's some games like Pistol Whip that can be quite an exercise and have you sweating and hurting afterwards, but they don't hold a candle to actual workout games and experiences that you can get on the Quest, and there's plenty of them. There's apps like Light Sport and Fit XR that can be awesome for getting healthy and burning some calories and getting your workout on while in the comfort of your own home. Without the expense of a gym membership, you can do it for much, much cheaper here. But also, like, Supernatural has been mine and my wife's go-to. We're not necessarily, I'm not in great shape, but we've been working on getting back into better shape. I've, since we started dating and got married, I've put on a lot of happy weight, and I'm trying to get that stuff off. And so we've been going to Supernatural, which is great. Oculus Meta owns it, and it's such a good experience. They just released a mixed reality mode that's super cool, and it kicks our butts. And thankfully those coaches in it are so encouraging, because sometimes we need it. But when you've hit the point where you have sweated enough, you should try TV and movies. TV and movies, I feel like kind of goes under the radar a little bit, but like watching stuff in mixed reality and VR is amazing. When you just want to sit down and enjoy something and turn your brain off, honestly, it's... Girl, chill. Honestly, where was I? It's I needed my own room.
5 minutes later.
And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. So I've noticed myself, like we have a TV and it's fine, but watching TV in VR or mixed reality has just been so much better. We don't have a lot of money, and we don't have some big fancy theater room or a massive TV, and there's a good chance you don't either. At least you think you don't. If you have the Quest 3, then watching TV is a great experience. With the simple browser app, you have a portable screen that you can take wherever you want to go, and did I say wherever twice? With the browser app, you have a portable screen that you can take with you whenever and wherever you want, and you can have it a screen as big as you want or as small, so you can watch TV or your YouTube or whatever while doing important life things, There's also apps like the Spatial app and Spatial TV, where you can watch shows on as big of a screen as you want while dimming the room around you to really focus the experience. Those apps, though they're still in their early form, they have been some of my go-tos for just enjoying a show, a movie, a basketball or football game while having the Quest on. And if you want a more immersive experience than that, where you're somewhere completely different than your room, then I'd suggest trying out something like Big Screen. You don't get to have the advantage of seeing your surroundings while watching it, but you do have the advantage of being able to have a completely new living space, a theater, a home theater. You have all these different places that you can go. You can watch your streaming shows. You can, like, I believe you can actually buy movie tickets, and it's super cool. And you can go do it in a completely immersive virtual experience with no distractions whatsoever. Big screen is also available for free, so it's an awesome option. But now that we've talked about mixed reality and VR and all the fun things that you can do in it, it's time to get down to business. It's time to get down to business. Town to get down. I don't know why you put a camera in front of me and I can't speak anymore. All right, we've talked about all the fun stuff. It's time to get down to business. You can try, and you should try, studying and productivity with the Quest 3. See, it's really good, and it's an incredible way to get real work done that you can't copy nearly as easily with really anything else other than, the Apple Vision Pro, which is a similar thing. It's just way more expensive. But with the Horizon browser, you have a free tool that makes studying in mixed reality and VR super cool. You can pull up your favorite virtual environment, or you can even just stay in pass-through mode to see the world around you and just have holograms floating in your view, where you can go to whatever website you need to go to, do your schoolwork. You can pull up Google Docs. You can have something like lo-fi music playing or something playing in the background on a YouTube. And all of these on holograms in your view. They're super cool. It's easy to browse, read, watch videos, write papers, just so much more. And it honestly works really well with a keyboard too. And so typing is an easy experience. And this is probably the most simple and easy version of this. And it's what I gravitate to the most often, I'd have to say. Also, the Spatial app is great for multitasking and allows more freedom for the amount of windows and where you want to put them, even if it's a less refined experience. And apps like Horizon Workplace and Virtual Desktop can be great for mirroring your computer, so you can have all your computer's power and the programs that you need on your computer, but with massive virtual screens for the Quest. So you don't have to go buy a multi-monitor setup or whatever. You have that wherever you want, and it's way easier and more portable. Now, before I get to the most interesting thing that's probably ever happened to me with the Quest, I do want to ask, if you've made it this far in the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. For a small channel like mine, it means the world to me. It helps so much. And if you subscribe, you can help me get Swarm, and I want to play it so badly, so please. Like, comment, subscribe, do the things, and I really appreciate you. All the comments on my last video were so kind and encouraging, and I don't know what community I stumbled on YouTube, but it's been an awesome one, and so thank you guys. I really appreciate y'all more than you could know. But we've talked about so many cool things that you can do with the Quest 3, whether it's work or play, entertaining yourself, or getting, lots of important things done. But the crazy experience that I've had is actually kind of a couple ones tied together. And it's been when I've taken the Quest to a coffee shop. And so in between shifts at work, I took the Quest. I'm like, I'm gonna use it in public. It was a little weird for me at first, but I put it on. I went to Starbucks, and put it on, and I start working on my schoolwork. I start studying. And every time I've done this, other than one, I've gotten reactions, and not the reactions I really would have thought. The first time I did it, it was so neat. I sat down, I got my stuff together, I put on the Quest, I was doing some stuff, I took it off, went up to go get my coffee, and whenever I came back, there was a lady beside me, a group of ladies, and this woman asked, she's like, hey, what is that you just put on? So I got to explain to them, hey, it's the Quest 3, it's super cool, you can put it on, see holograms in your view, I'm using it to do my schoolwork, and they were so curious and thought it was so neat. I let them try it out, and it blew their minds. They had never even heard of something like this. I think it's weird in the tech space. We can often think this stuff is super normal, and it's getting more and more normal. Like a third of teenagers use VR, but a lot of the older generation, like, they don't know what this is. And they thought it was the coolest thing in the world. They immediately started getting into like thinking about how like they could use it at work, and they worked at desk jobs, and how much easier it would make certain things. And they just like their minds started running wild. And this never would have happened. Like, this was such a cool experience to share with them, and they apologized or whatever, but I'm like, don't. This is cool. This is fun. And there was another time I'm sitting kind of in the same area, and this guy who's been sitting like doing work on his computer for hours comes over, and I've got my holograms pulled up, and I'm in mixed reality. I can see everything around me. He comes up and sits down right in front of me and doesn't say a word. And so I've got this thing on, and I just go, "Hey, how's it going?" And he's like, "Oh, hey," and like shakes my hand. He's like, I didn't know if you could see me." And I told him, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I can. Like, you can see through this thing and just see your holograms in front of you." And it blew his mind. And so I let him try it out. And he had no idea how to work it. He was kind of struggling with it a little bit, but he just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And we got to talking about technology and talking about and he was just blown away by what this thing could do and by how far technology has come. And so my last thing, the bonus thing that I want y'all to try, or you should anyways, try showing it off. You have probably the most advanced piece of technology that anyone around you owns if you have a Quest 3. And it's cool. It's a little weird at first taking it out or whatever, but every interaction I've ever had whenever I've taken it out has been people thinking it's the coolest thing in the world. They just don't know. And one of the neatest things about having something cool, about being excited about anything, is sharing that with somebody else. So whether it's in public or somebody's at your house, let them see it. Let them try it out. It'll give you experiences that'll make your day. And sharing it, that's what I'm doing. That's why I made this channel to begin with, because I'm excited about something that I want to share with people, and I want to share it with more people than I know in person. And so all these experiences are just scratching the surface of what your experience could be with the Quest 3. So let me know. Put down in the comments, if you don't have one, what is the coolest thing that interests you? The thing that makes you think, oh man, I need that. And if you do have one, what is the coolest experience that you've had so far? I would love to hear about it. And so would the other people in the comments. I am Every Name Is Taken, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching my video. I'm hot.